go ahead and open it up for questions at this time. Any questions?
Let's get those mics. Do we have mics out there somewhere?
One here for the cameras.
Go ahead.
Can you tell me who in Chapel Hill Cargo is working on the Southeast Consortium?
It would be the city government, each of the city governments. So there is a, if you ask whoever is working with SEA, the Southeast Energy Efficiency Alliance, SEEA. I can help dig that out if you're having trouble finding it.
And you were saying Build Better Grants? Is that what you said?
The
Build Better what? What's that last
Build Better program. This is a program from the Department of Energy. It was originally called the Ramp Up program, but after everybody got funded, they changed the name to Build Better.
Thank you.
Any others? Yes.
Here's one here.
Has Go been able to partner with, no, I don't mean it. Has Go been able to partner with any of, let's say, senior resources or anything? There is a small grant loan for USDA that we were looking at trying to work with some of our elderly community in order to do some weatherization to their homes. Talking from a business model point of view.
From a business model, not from because the Department of Energy, that funds the community action agencies to do the low-income weatherization programs. Our community action agency works really closely with, I guess it's the Council on Aging, or it's our local organization that works with seniors. And they've been around the block for a long time, the community action agency. They've been doing this work for a long time. And some, I think, in different parts of the state better than others. When we got involved, we didn't want to, push them out or duplicate what they were already doing. And that's why we said, we'll just work with them. And we've been able to stretch to make them more effective by going into neighborhoods where they haven't been successful in recruiting and helping those neighborhoods actually get the services that they haven't been able to get, because it's a 4-county area. So it's probably not answering your question. We haven't done anything. We kind of let the community action agency and the relationship that they have established with those senior organizations really remain intact. We haven't developed any of our own relationships with those agencies for doing, say, private jobs or anything like that.
Yeah, our problem is that there's an agency that gets our weatherization money, and in a county of 100,000 people, we got 34 jobs done in 1 year, and that's it. I mean, that was the maximum. And right now, we have 272 people on the list that need some type of either minor repair or weatherization work done. And so what I did was research with USDA to see if we can use their loan/grant program, use a training model along with some volunteer general contractors in order to try to get some of this work done. So I just was wondering, and then on top of it, it's going to make us a few dollars.
So are you able to work with this community action agency?
No, they could care less about us. I'm being honest with you.
No, and that's a real issue. Part of the deal, there's another piece of this puzzle related to weatherization. As you say, weatherization has been a program that has been underfunded, whatever, not able to meet the need for 40 years. In the stimulus program, they were funded, their money went up in North Carolina from $8 million to $132 million. It was the intent that many more houses would be done with more money available to the houses. And the Energy Office is still struggling with that because that has not happened as you are telling us. So, but there are these other paths. So, the weatherization groups have skills. And if you can partner with them, it's a great thing to do. If you can't partner with them, you don't need to. There are other groups that can be trained to do this. there are other sources. I mean, you can use community development block grant money. You can use, as you can say, there's other senior money from Department of Agriculture. HFA has money. In Greensboro, we have a group called Housing Greensboro. Their function, basic function, is to just do fixing up houses. Not energy related, but just fixing up houses. Because it turns out one of the problems that the weatherization people have is what they call walkaway. That if the house needs other repairs that they're not able to do, then they don't understand how to get that done. Well, in Greensboro, the Housing Greensboro folks can do the work that the Community Action Agency can't do, send them back, and they're ready to go. And they get money from the Housing Finance Agency, from the city. There are other paths here for this money. And again, this is what you guys do. You're developers. You establish these programs, hire contractors, and there will be other lines of money outside of weatherization. That's the main point.
I have a question
Yes.
for Dan and DeWayne. If you can answer, it's either a question or maybe you can turn it into a statement. Do you have any idea how your costs compare with the cost of adjudicating and incarcerating these same 20 people that you are investing in for training? The money you invest for training, do you have any sense of what the comparison is between what it would cost to adjudicate them in the court of law and then incarcerate that same individual for the same amount of time it takes you to train them over 12 months or whatever you say?
I don't know that, but
Well, then let me turn this into a statement.
What's your cost?
Let me turn it into a statement then. It would be a very powerful piece of data if you could, in fact, demonstrate what it costs for training that same young man or lady for 12 months versus court costs and incarceration costs for that same 12 months. I would advise you to get that, and once you get it, let us know so that we can use that as well. All right?
And I think locally, the officials that we're working with understand this, and we've just started to get funding from the Department of Justice, the Juvenile Delinquency Prevention Council, just a little bit, just a little sort of teaser of, let's see what you all can do with it, you know. But to be honest, I mean, there's a lot of people who come to us during the interviews who are on probation, and they're in a huge bind where you know, they have no real job skills. They've got a record that makes it really hard for them to get a job, and they're facing these fines where the only way that they know how to get money is going to put them right back to where they were. And so,
That's right.
And they come to us as really their last and their only hope. So we really do feel like for a lot of the folks where if we don't take them, then we know right back where they're going. You know, so
Well, I would venture to say that your, again, return on investment, your contribution to economic recovery would be hard to compare against what it costs to create other similar jobs.